It's January, guys, so you're probably starting to set some goals, whether those are personal or professional. I want to lay out 3 ways that I set business goals with my business and that I found have really worked over the last 5 years in business, and you can hopefully apply them to your process. So stick around. Before I jump into it, I do want to remind you to like, subscribe, turn on that little notification bell so you get notified every single Monday when I drop new videos. I'm Logan Clements, freelance event producer, and I often talk about Zoom, virtual event production, hybrid event production, in-person event production, as well as running your own business. Today's episode is a little bit more about goal setting for your business, and this is something that as a business owner, my process has evolved, but these are 3 ways that I know I'm going to use them this year in 2022, and I hope that you're going to be able to apply them to your process as well. So my first one that I'm obsessed with is get yourself a good planner. And if you can see, I have a lovely sweatshirt on here that says event planner. So as a planner, I love to plan things. I like a physical planner, and one of the ones that I'm obsessed with right now is called a passion planner. I'll link below. It is a great way that both lays out your time and your tasks, but it also kind of keeps you into your North Star. And I've done videos about this of why you need a why behind your events. And I think as an event professional, as a business owner, you have to have a why behind what you do, because then that passion is conveyed to your clients and your clients' clients and everybody else around you. So I love it because it lays out not only just different focuses for the day, but it does this really, really cool exercise. One of the things it asks you to do at the start of the year, and again, about 6 months in, it says, what would you do if you could be, do, or achieve anything? And you set a 5-minute timer, and then they have little bubbles here that you're supposed to kind of set today's date, and then you do it for 3 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, and lifetime. And as someone who likes to plan, I do get a little nervous about doing really long-term plans because in the last 5 years, a lot of what I've done has changed drastically. But I love this exercise because it just imagines that you can do anything, you can achieve anything, you can be anything, and just see what kind of comes out of that. And then it does have you focus on one out of all of these things. But I had a really cool realization at the end of this past year was I think I'd laid out like 6 things I wanted to do in a year, and I achieved 5 out of the 6 of them. Some of them on purpose, some by accident. But I do think by writing it down, it did make it kind of real in my head and made me realize that these are things that I want to go after. So get yourself a good planner. I think the Passion Planner is a great option for anyone who's looking to just kind of link their annual or smaller goals into their big why of what they do. And my second tip for setting business goals for yourself would be to find an accountability partner or a system that works for you. So there are apps out there that will help you habit track if you're trying to change one of your habits. For me, one of the most effective things has been having an actual person that I talk to. And these are different people for different things. I have mentors that I go to for some business things, and I meet with them on loosely a monthly basis. And that kind of holds me accountable to things I said I'm going to do month to month. I have a great partner in my podcast co-host, Mary Davidson with EP Events. She's awesome. She is honestly the reason why we have a podcast, and I'm sure I'm the reason for her because we had each other to kind of take this big goal of launching a podcast last year and break it down into small, manageable pieces. If you've had some creative idea that you've wanted to execute, think about who you can leverage in your community, or if you can look for technology that will help you get little automated emails or things like that to remind you and keep you on track with some of these bigger goals. And my last tip is really just set a retreat day for yourself. This I have not done until this past year, and I will tell you it is revolutionary. I first got this idea when we did a day for our podcast with my co-host Mary, and we just had a lot of things that we kept saying, if we have time, we'll do this. If we have time, we'll do that. And we finally said, okay, let's just carve out one day, no meetings, no anything else, and we're just going to sit down and deep dive into what we said we're going to do with this podcast. And we were very efficient. Did we achieve everything on our list? No, but it gave us time to do that. And I realized I probably needed to have that with my business because I spend a lot of time doing my business and not a lot of time doing the strategy behind my business. And so scheduling a 1-day retreat, for me, it was really helpful to change up my atmosphere. So I stayed actually a night in a hotel, but you could do it in a co-working space. But I suggest getting out of whatever environment you normally work in. And in the days and the weeks leading up to that retreat, just kind of make notes of some bigger strategy stuff if you wish you had time to think about, but don't tackle it until that day. And I will tell you that was the best thing I could have done for my goals for this coming year because it helped me kind of lay out a framework. I listed out what I liked, what I didn't like from the year, and kind of just helped me get all that out on paper and start to have a framework that I then was able to digest after that 1-day retreat. So I wasn't putting pressure on myself to come out with an answer to all of my questions and big goals and things like that, but I was able to kind of create a framework that showed me the direction that I kind of want to go as a business. And the big thing here with all of these goals is there's not one stop solution for everybody, but I think if you have some way to map out your passions and your long-term plans, break them down into smaller manageable pieces, find accountability partners who are going to help hold you to that, and just block out the time to think about those bigger, hairier goals. I will tell you from my last one about the retreat idea, I'm going to do it every year now with my business. I've actually tentatively put in the calendar to try to do it every 6 months because it was just really nice to take time for me and what I want to do, and starting to kind of take a step back and realize here's what I'm excited about. I hope you found this helpful with any of your goals that you're setting for your business in the new year. I'm Logan Clements, freelance event producer, and this has been another installment of my favorite tips and tricks when it comes to event planning and running your own business. And I'll talk to you guys again next week.